FlOSSTUBE. Welcome to Creative One Studio. Happy New Year, guys. Happy 2021. Yay. Looking forward to it. So, I had my last FlOSSTUBE video, I think it was the day after Christmas. I don't know. I can't remember, but it was after Christmas. I know I've talked to you since Christmas, I think. Hey, I should have it in my handy dandy notebook. Yeah, December 26th. Okay, so today is January 6th. It is Wednesday. I'm all over the place as far as recording. So what have I been up to? Well, the Monday after Christmas, my glands were really swollen and my throat was sore. Not super sore, but I just thought it was sinus. I had been sneezing the day before, and the weather's been warm and cold, warm and cold. So I'm like, it's just sinus, it's no big deal. Tuesday, super sore throat, a fever of 102, got up to 103, like 102.9. Should have called the doctor that day. No, I can tough it out. I'll be fine tomorrow. That's how I always am. Nope, Wednesday got up, still absolutely miserable. I spent Tuesday and Wednesday in bed. That never happens. That's how you know I'm sick. Because when I'm sick, I work through it. I mean, I normally just plug along, even though I'm tired and I don't feel like working. But I was literally in bed for 2 days. It hurt like to swallow. I just would wince. So I didn't eat because I didn't want to have to swallow. Called the doctor Wednesday. She said that I couldn't come in because those are also COVID symptoms, so I needed to go and get tested, and then after I go get tested, swing around and pick up an antibiotic for strep throat because it sounds like it could be that. And it was so funny because she says, so I couldn't go in because I had COVID symptoms, and she said, well, have you looked at your throat? And I'm like, no. She goes, well, I need you to do that. So I go into the bathroom and I turn the light on my phone, hold it up to my mouth, and I'm like, my tongue's in the way. So I take a comb, I couldn't find anything else, and I'm trying to hurry because the doctor's on the phone. And I push my tongue down, and I was appalled at what I saw. And I got back on the phone with her, and I goes, well, that was disgusting. It was red, my tonsils were red and swollen, like white spotches all over my throat and stuff. Anyways, I'm like, well, yeah, that's why it hurts to swallow. So I got on an antibiotic on Wednesday, basically a week from now. At noon, I think, is when I took my first one. And I started feeling better. The next day already, I felt better. And then the next day, that was my birthday, Thursday, New Year's Eve. Woo-woo, you know, I was still sick, still run a high fever, but at least I had a little bit of relief from the sore throat. And then Friday, felt even a little bit better, still had a fever, still had a sore throat. And the weird part was, like, once my sore throat went away, I still, like, I had to move my head like this. My glands were so swollen still that my neck just hurt. It was awful. So that's what I did for my birthday and for New Year's. Yippee. So anyways, it's in the past. I'm moving on to a bright future, 2021. I have lots of hopes and there's so many possibilities, and I'm excited to be feeling good and to be moving forward with my business. This week, okay, so that was basically all last week. And then New Year's Day was Friday. And then over the weekend, I worked on taking my Christmas decorations down and designed a sampler. I worked on that Friday and Saturday. I don't know, once I start designing a sampler, especially if I have a clear vision of how I want it to look, I went banana pants. And I just, Stephanie, I went bananas. I always say bananas, but now I add pants in there because of stuffing. But anyways, I kind of went bananas and I just ended up designing the whole thing. I love this design so much that I actually did the floss toss and everything and sent it out already. That's how excited I was about this sampler. So I have sent out already in 2021 4 different patterns to be stitched to my model stitchers. So we're off to the races. We're off to a good start. I am not letting anything grow under my feet. I am free. Okay, announcements. So Kevin and I have had a heart-to-heart, and him and we're going to Florida to visit my mom and Jerry. So we have a lot of time in the car together. We'll have a lot of time together. So we are going to talk a lot about the business and what we need to do to improve it and this and that and the other. So Kevin is now processing all orders. He's doing all the order entry. He's shipping everything. And I'm telling you what, that has just been a burden lifted off of my shoulders, and I'm so grateful. So I'm very happy. That's going to help me out big time this year. Another thing that we're going to do is we are going to retire a ton of cross stitch and punch needle. Now, when I say retire, I used to just like retire them and not offer them at all anymore. Well, now when I retire something, I will still have them available as a PDF in my Etsy shop, including punch needle. I'm going to start offering retired punch needle in my Etsy shop as a PDF download, so you will have to supply your own weaver's cloth. But it's a way to continue to sell those designs. I mean, they still have life in them. It's just that, and someone asked one time, why do you retire patterns? Well, we only have so much space. We don't plan on adding on to the studio. And if you're going to keep something in stock, like a physical chart or a physical punch needle pattern, you have to have, we try to keep between, 8 and 16 of everything in stock at all times. And then our best sellers, obviously, we'd like to have, 30 or 40 in stock at all times. Well, you run out of room. I mean, I have a ton of patterns. I don't even know, to be honest, how many I have right now. It's a lot. I mean, 15 years of designing, that's a lot. So I'm actually also going to go back through my punch needle retired patterns from the past, and I'm going to not revamp, but just bring them back into the fold as PDF downloads in my Etsy shop. So that way, I'm never really retiring anything completely. It's just that you won't be able to get a physical chart or a physical punch needle pattern, okay? So look for that to come. I don't know when. I can't give you dates because we have so much going on. This year is going to be absolutely nuts. I have shut down my Etsy shop for vacation time already because tomorrow we have the grandkids and Friday we leave for Florida. So the Etsy shop is closed because we're not going to be here. And I don't want people waiting 2 weeks for their orders, and because I would rather just close it down for a couple weeks than to have people upset with me that stuff's not shipping. So, but it's all good. Ryan or Kyle's here, him and his dog will be holding the fort down while we're away, and going to see Mom and Jerry. So I'm really excited about that. It's a good way to start the new year. And it's going to be in the 60s and 70s while we're there. I was really hoping that it wasn't going to be like 80s and 90s. I'm sorry. I don't want summer back. Like going from winter wonderland to 90 degrees. And I don't feel like wearing shorts. I want warm weather. I just don't want hot weather. So I'm really excited that it's not going to be super hot while we're there. that's it for announcements. Now, I have not went through all of my videos and looked for questions to answer. I just haven't had time, y'all. You know when you go on vacation, how there's always like a million things you have to tie up, loose ends you have to tie up before you go. Well, if you own your own business, times that times 1,000. It is nuts, the things you gotta get ready. We have to make sure all of our orders are out. And then I want my model stitchers to be happy and to be busy, and some of them have been without something to work on for a while, and I don't want to lose my model stitchers. You know, if they want to keep busy, they might go somewhere else if I don't keep them busy. So I've been working on that. You know, being sick all last week really threw a monkey wrench in my whole gimmick, because that's why I didn't record FlOSSTUBE last week, and I was going to do it over the weekend, but I couldn't do it over the weekend. It's just, I was trying to get caught up just on other things. So here we are on Wednesday. I probably will record a FlOSSTUBE possibly while I'm in Florida, because then I can go over Q&A and stuff like that, and I will have probably more needlework to show, because I'm going to be in the car a lot and I'm going to do a lot of punch needle. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do cross stitch in the car, just because I'm so new at it that I think it might be difficult to do. If I was really good at it, it would be one thing, but I plan on working on it, you know, while I'm down there though, in the mornings and stuff. So there you go. Whips, I have this angel painting. Matter of fact, just a little while ago we got done with Witch Paint Wednesday, and I worked on this beauty and I'm loving it. I did a lot of work on her. I fixed her, oopsie, her one eye was too big, and so I shrunk her eye down. I lightened her skin tone, because once I got her hair white and then I lightened the wings, I put a lot more detail and lightened the wings. Her skin tone just looked way too dark, so I had to lighten her skin tone. I did a lot of like grungy work. I added more red. I put like some washes of paint on there and let it run and drip. I used my brayer with some red and black paint and some blue paint. I worked on her hands a little bit and the bird's nest and the bird, and added, you know, like I said, more grungy red down here. And I really, where am I? Like this side, look how grungy that is. I love it. I love it. So I want her to kind of look like she's coming out of I don't know, fog or something. So I think she looks super cool, and I have a ways to go. I want to add some words in there. I want to do some more textures and grungy things for this painting. But I love the way it's coming along. It's a little bit different for me, but I like different. I want to expand my horizons with my artwork this year. Last year, wait till I tell you how many things I did, how many patterns I came out with last year. I don't think I'm going to be able to match that this year. That'll be plans. That'll be plans. Moving on. I have a fully finished painting. Where did I go? So we had our first lesson for session 4 of CW Live, and we painted this super cute Let It Snow painting. I love this. We had so much fun, and being that I was going to be gone, you know, to Florida, I ended up, like, we painted this pretty much all last night, and by the end of the class I put the crackle on, and then today I went live for a short time and showed how to antique it and finish it, and I just think it's super cute, and I can't wait to hang it. I'll probably hang it in my studio, that way it can hang up all year. But I love this shape. It's the perfect size. It's 12 by 36 cradled board. Cradled board is basically you're painting on wood, and it's got this brace here. They're super nice and durable, and I love cradled board. So this is nice to like put over a doorway or something. But anyways, I really love it. So that was our first lesson for CW Live. Okay, I know that a lot of you have sent in your needlework for me to share on my FlOSSTUBE. I'm not going to do it this time around because I didn't have time really to prepare. I even considered not doing a FlOSSTUBE again this week, but I'm like, I wanted to announce that the Etsy shop would be closed, and there was just some loose ends I really needed to tie up for this FlOSSTUBE. So I will be, you know, like I said, probably recording one when I'm in Florida, and I'll have all the information and things that I can share with you for the next FlOSSTUBE. Thank you everyone who sent one in for me to share. Just know that I will be sharing it. It's just, you know, I haven't even started packing for Florida, and we have the grandkids all day tomorrow, and then we leave Friday morning. So, and it's 4:30 on Wednesday. So, and I still have things to do for the fabric line. Yes, I will be up till probably midnight tonight. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I'm trying to keep this short. Okay, now, whims of the past. Okay, I have a stack about that thick still of Christmas paintings. However, we're all Christmased out. Are we not Christmas? Like, we're done. We're moving on. So I'm going to save that stack. I'm going to put it in a bag, and it's going to say show on FlOSSTUBE Christmas 2021, and I will show those a year from now, basically, because I don't feel like showing Christmas art right now. But I do have a little stack of snowmen and winter paintings that I thought, well, that I can do. So I'm going to go through those real quick, and then we'll wrap it up, okay? All right, we have 1272 snowbirds, a little snow family with a bunch of birds, bird houses, fun stuff. Where am I going to put this stuff? Oh yeah, number one thing to do when I get back from Florida is I'm going to clean and get my stuff put away in my studio. It's getting out of hand again. Oh, these are not numbered or anything, but they're newer, as you can see from the lighter, brighter colors. But they are basically little snowmen with, like, I don't know, this one makes candy, this one makes pies, this one makes cupcakes. But they're sweet. They're sweet little faces. I like their sweet little faces. Okay, so this one I can tell that I was going to Photoshop the border because I only painted the top and the corners. And I planned on Photoshopping the rest of that. I love polar bears. Jingle all the way. I guess that's more Christmas, but... I'm finding a couple Christmas things in here. I love this. This would be a cute flag. Alright, so here is number 3965, so you can see how recent, or you know, that's pretty recent. And then I painted the other ones, but I was going to Photoshop the border on. I like these little snowmen. I love their little faces. You guys might recognize him, Stylin' Snowman. He is available in cross stitch. Love Your Selfie. That was actually, I think that was made into a card, but it didn't say love your selfie. I forget what it said. I can't remember. This one says, we cuddle by the fire's glow while wispy winter winds blow. Love this house. And the snowmen are like blowing over and their hats are flying off. This would be a fun cross stitch. I really love that house. This was a fabric line that I did for, it wasn't Marcus. I think it was Marcus Fabrics, actually. The Greatest Gift fabric line. A hug is worth 1,000 words. Cute for cross stitch. I love this guy. Cute little owl. Winter Welcome. I have that charted. I just need it stitched. Cute little snowman. Doing a little jig. This was for a calendar. Primitively Whimsical, January 2007. It was in the calendar that year. Here is an image probably for the teddy bear calendar, I'm guessing. Snow Day, January 2011 calendar. This one, this is for the August. No, this is August. Oh my gosh, sorry. I painted it in August, I think. Anyways, this is for the teddy bear calendar, the 2003 calendar. Sorry for the glare on that one. This is January. Peaceful Resolution. I don't have the year that was in the calendar. Too much glare. There we go. I love that one. Friendship Starts with a Smile. And little snowman putting snowman putting a smile on a snowman. Let It Snow. And then the same painting painted in a different format, like probably for a garden flag, I think. Here's a primitive one for you. This is old. Number 982. This is for the teddy bear calendar for the birds. The love of God has been poured out in our hearts. Romans 5:5. That would be a cute cross stitch too. Feed the Birds. I love his sweater. Got Wool. What was this for? Probably the Primitively Whimsical calendar. Here's an oldie but goodie. Number 427. That's really old. Okay, I don't know. My battery died, so not sure exactly where it died on. Light a candle, lend a hand, say a prayer for peace. That would be really super cute for cross stitch. Like really super cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's it for, I know I have more snowmen than that, but a lot of my snowman paintings are Christmassy, so. Sorry guys. Sorry to fling you around like that. Oh, I did release my, or upload or whatever, my bloopers 2020 video, if you didn't get a chance to see it. It's kind of funny. Okay. So that's Whims of the Past. Okay, a year in review. Kevin and I were sitting down and trying to figure out how many designs we're going to come out with in 2021. And he's like, well, what did you do in 2020? So I sat down and figured it out. And I almost fell on the floor when I realized how much I came out with in 2020. I don't know if it's just because it was the year of COVID and everybody was home and everybody was looking for, you know, new stuff. And I don't know what it was, but I was on fire. So I did the the COVID relief for the shops, that was 16. I did 4 for the Punch Needle Primitive Stitchers magazine. I did a couple freebies. I think I did a couple freebies in 2020. I did one for Anna Meek. I did one for Crazy Annie Stitching. So like adding, because I kind of forgot about all those, and all of that added up to be like 34. Okay, and then so between my releases and then all the extra things that I did, oh, and then I came out with Halloween, the little trick-or-treat kids. I came out with that in October as just PDFs, so I had to add that. So anyways, and then in the books, originally I counted the punch needle book and the cross stitch book as just one, but there's 15 designs in there. All 15 of them still had to be charted. I still had to pull the floss and make sure the floss colors would work. You know, so I went back and changed those numbers because I'm like, that's 15, that's not one. So anyway, I came out, you guys, this is insane, 80 cross stitch patterns, and I came up with 25 punch needle patterns for a grand total of 105 patterns released in 2020. That's insanity, and I don't think I will quite do that 2021. You never know. So like I said, we are going to go through and retire many patterns, and when I say retire from now on, basically it means they'll just be available as PDF downloads in my Etsy shop. The stores won't be able to purchase them or buy them or sell them. It's, like I said, just a way to keep them still with us, but we have to make room for new. We have only so much room over in the workshop side of the studio for new stuff. And we want to do that every January. We want to retire a group. Basically, as many as I come out with, I should retire that many so that we have room, right? It makes total sense. So if I came out with 105 patterns in 2020, I really need to retire 105 patterns. Am I going to retire that many? Probably not, but I'm going to say it's going to be a minimum of 50 for sure. It's going to be a great year. I want to do at least 2 samplers every time I have a release, and we're going to do a release when we get back from Florida. We're going to do a very small release. It'll be, you know, a couple cross stitch and maybe a punch needle, because March there's a virtual wholesale show that we're going to be involved in, so we want that to be bigger. Then that's in March. Then May is Nashville Market. That's the big hurrah for the year. And then we're talking about possibly after that having a release every month, and maybe it'll just be, you know, 2 or 3 patterns each month, instead of doing like 8 or 9 all at once and just being super overwhelmed. It's overwhelming for the shop, it's overwhelming for customers, it's overwhelming for us to build all that inventory and ship all those orders. So we're thinking if we just space it out and do like 1 a month. I don't know. So these are some of our plans and some of our thoughts. I just thought I would share that with you guys. So the giveaway also, I'm just gonna wait and do that when I get back. I'm not gonna offer a giveaway this week. Next week, since I'm gonna be gone, I'm not gonna offer a giveaway then. And then when I get back in the studio after our Florida trip, we will get caught up on last week's giveaway. So in case you haven't commented on my video 103, the giveaway is a project bag, and you have to say give love in your sentence. So if you haven't done that yet, go back to 103 and get in on that giveaway. And when I get back in a couple weeks, we will see who wins that. I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Yeah, that's it. Say a prayer for us. We're taking Athena with us. Normally when we go somewhere, we leave her home. But since Kyle's going to be here and his dog's going to be here, Athena just she freaks out when I'm not here, and she acts weird, and I know she loves Mom and Jerry, and she would love to go down there and have fun, and she'd be happier with us than being here. So we decided to take her, since we have to drive anyways. If we were flying, obviously we wouldn't take her. But, you know, the reason we didn't want to take her is because she is so paranoid in the car, and she shakes and she drools and she pants. When we went in, was it May, when my uncle passed away in 2020, and we went to Missouri, the whole gang went, including Kyle and his dog, and Athena, and Ryan, and Kevin, and I in the same vehicle. And Athena did not lay down. The only time, I take that back, on the way home, I sat in the back and I put her in my lap and I pet her and I held her and I got her, I could feel her body just relaxing. It's an 11-hour drive, you guys. And all the way down there, she would not sit down. She stands the entire time, and she shakes and trembles and pants and drools the entire time. So I got her a Thunder shirt. I got her, took her to the vet today. She's over here snoring. I don't know if you can hear her. She was stressed out going to the vet, especially because I couldn't go in with her. They're dragging her by her collar and leash, and she just keeps looking at the vehicle, and she's like this, and they're dragging her, and I'm like tearing up. I'm like, I can't look. I can't look. So, oh my gosh, the things we do for our dogs. So I talked to them about it, and they gave me some stuff that it's a gel, and you put it in their gums, and it absorbs quickly that way. Within 20 minutes, she will be calm. She'll probably fall asleep. Supposedly, we will see. It's basically, they said, the same thing that they use when they like do an operation on a dog or something to make them fall asleep and stay asleep. But it's a lower dose, obviously. And you put it in their gums, and it's good for 2 to 3 hours. I'm like, oh, well, that's going to at least give her some time to relax and take a nap. But we're talking 11-hour drive one day and probably 8 hours the next. So we're staying the night in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So anyway, I'm excited about the trip. Being gone from your business for 2 weeks is a little stressful, just because there's just a lot to be done, but it'll be okay. I mean, I'll have my laptop with me. Any crisis that comes up, I'll be able to converse with people, and it'll be fine, Teresa. It'll be fine. Like, I gotta talk myself off the ledge. Like, it's gonna be fine. I'm a 1 week vacation kind of girl. 1 week, I'm ready to go home. I love being home. I'm an introvert. I love my studio. I love being home. Like, anyway, 2 weeks. We'll see. So, I think that's it, you guys. It was short. It was sweet. No, it wasn't that sweet, but you're all caught up anyways. I just wanted to get everyone caught up. I felt like I needed to do, the year in review kind of thing. Just, like tie up some loose ends for the end of the year, and just tell you how much I appreciate all of you. My channel grew amazingly in 2020. Our business grew amazingly in 2020. Do I expect 2021 to be quite as amazing? I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but you know what? I'm going to give it my all. And because Kevin has taken over a large portion of the shipping, and he takes over the orders, filling the orders and processing them and shipping them, that is going to free me up to paint. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm doing Whimsy 365 for 2021. I did it, I think it was 2016, 4 or 5 years ago. I did a sketch every single day for a year, and I'm still pulling from those images for art and things. Like, it's amazing. I will never paint as much as I have in my sketchbooks. It's not even possible. But in 2021, I plan on doing more painting. I really want to get into my what do you call it, journal, or like my art journal. I don't even know. What am I saying? but I want to paint every day. Okay, even if I don't finish a painting, I'm going to allow myself at least an hour to an hour and a half to paint something every day, to work on a painting every day. Because I used to spend that much time and more processing orders and doing that. So I'm going to fill that time with being more creative. So I feel that that's a good way to spend 2021. All right, I'm just rambling now and just keeping you here. So my apologies. And my apologies for my appearance. I seriously threw my hair up in a clip today, took the dog to the vet, come home, got ready for Witch Paint Wednesday, got done with Witch Paint Wednesday, sat down to do this. That's my day. I have makeup on at least, but did nothing with my hair. I look like a lumberjack. Whatever. It is what it is. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. And if you could please subscribe, like the video, that would be wonderful. I appreciate you being here each week. Please keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming, and we'll get back on our regular routine when I return. All right, don't forget, create every day. Bye.